Basketball time now. The United States Embassy in Kingston, Jamaica, they've organized a basketball clinic. It began earlier on this Thursday and it runs through until Saturday. Students from over 80 primary and high schools are participating in the clinic under the guidance of the professional coach Robert Bob Mackinnon. Coach Mac has over 30 years of coaching experience at the NCAA and the professional levels, and he's coached more than 20 D-League players who've progressed to play in the NBA. He joins us now in the studio along with the man in charge of public affairs at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston, Robert Bobby Adelson. Gentlemen, welcome.
Welcome. Happy to be here.
Thanks for having us.
Excellent, excellent. Coach Mac, let me start with your host first.
Yes.
So the reason, the motivation rather, behind inviting someone of Coach Mac's profile and experience to deliver a program like this.
So cultural diplomacy is kind of a key part of what we do at our embassies and throughout the State Department. But we use sport as a conduit to other things. So we know that not just in Jamaica, but throughout the world and in the United States, young people are often looking for an outlet, looking for a place to gain some experience, to gain some skills, and to have some success. And so we said, you know what, basketball is a perfect sport to do in Jamaica. You got lots of talent. You have lots of people who love sport, but basketball isn't as big as cricket, isn't as big as athletics, isn't as big as football. So
I thought you were going to say soccer.
No, I stopped. And I said athletics and not track and field. So we reached out and we said, Coach Mac has just so much experience, and he's already worked with the State Department before in Mexico City. So it was a perfect matchup for us.
Yeah. How did you go about pulling the high school and primary schools together? What process did you use?
We talked with JABA, the local basketball association, and said, hey, we want to pull some schools. So today we did the primary level schools. So these are kids who might have had some basketball experience, but mostly is just really getting some kids together and kind of getting some of the basics. But yeah, we work with them. We work with the Ministry of Education and said, hey, what are the schools that might benefit from this?
Yeah, I know that you're a sports guy, but based on the quality of the primary school children, are you better than any of them?
I'm taller than nearly all of them. So I felt like I could probably win some of those games.
Some of those games.
Right.
Coach Mac, it's good to have you here.
It's great to be here.
On behalf of the Jamaican children, I want to say thank you. What is it that made you say yes to the invite?
The opportunity to work with kids. I've done this in, like Bobby said, in Mexico City and actually all throughout Mexico. I've been going down there for about the last 12 years. Working with the U.S. Embassy there and working with the Telmex Foundation there and doing kids and coaches clinics, trying to work the grassroots level. And then I was contacted by Bobby and his team about coming here and doing it, and it was a natural yes, because you get a chance to work with kids. And the grassroots level, I feel, is the great place to start. Okay, and you get this grassroots thing going, and then all of a sudden basketball gets some momentum here. And getting kids involved in sport, okay? Now, my sport happens to be basketball.
Yeah.
But having them involved in sport is a good thing, because there's so many bad things out there, right, that these kids can get involved with and be involved with. But generally when they're involved in sport, they're involved with good people. We had coaches today volunteering their time, okay? We had 45 kids, 6 coaches. And we had you should have seen the smiles on these kids' faces, right? And we were doing 2-ball dribbling, and the balls were flying all over the place, right? And we just got by, that's good, because we wanted them to make mistakes. And then when they would do it right, the smiles, right? And then we would take a break, and those kids would be working on their own and doing it, And you get that kind of energy going in the gym, and all of a sudden, it just starts picking up. And the kids, they get so much out of being involved in sport, right? They learn to fight through adversity. They learn teamwork. They learn how to work with people. They learn that it takes work to keep progressing in every form of life, right? And then the opportunities that can present themselves on the second layer of this, okay? When I was an assistant coach at the University of North Carolina, we had a kid from Jamaica on our team, Damian Grant, okay? Now, Damian, he actually contacted me last night on Facebook and said, Coach, I saw you're in Jamaica. Let me know next time I'll come down with you. And now he didn't make it to the NBA, but he got a 4-year education at the University of North Carolina, and now he's a successful businessman in the States, and his life is great, right? That's what sport can give you.
Yeah. Coach Mac, it's it's not a long time. And wherever you do the clinic, the program, is never a long time. So how do you and your colleagues design the program to have maximum effect over the time that you have in the particular country?
Well, what we're hoping is that all the things that we're giving these kids, all the drills and stuff that we're doing with them, they can do on their own. They can take it. And that's why basketball is a great sport for kids, because all you need is a ball. Mm-hmm. We did drills this morning for 3 hours, okay? None of them needed a basket. Mm-hmm. They could do all those drills out. Mm-hmm. And what I've learned with youth basketball, especially from the ages 8 to 15, the best players are the ones who can handle the basketball, who can dribble the basketball. So we work at that. We work at dribbling, we work at footwork, we work at passing and all the things. So you could do that on your own. You can take a ball and pass it against the wall and become a better passer, right? Because the wall will throw it back to you. You know what I mean? So you don't need anybody. You can go out and do the 2-ball drills and the 1-ball drills that we did today out in the concrete. Okay, I told the kids you can do it in the road, but I said don't do it in the busy road. Especially where I seen the drivers around here. I was like, no, don't do it here.
I remember. It's funny you say that you've been also to Mexico. I know you're in Jamaica because I remember in 2017 with a small team here, we went to the Bahamas for Basketball Without Borders camp in Nassau. It was, and the talent in the Americas, Bobby Adelson. Is insane, Coach Mac. The talent in the Americas is fantastic.
Yes.
How do you, and I don't want you to compare, but when you look at the average youngster in the Americas versus a youngster of a similar age and profile in North America, maybe if you have experience with kids from Europe, how do they differentiate? What are the differences, if any?
Well, the difference is what is their opportunity to play and to keep increasing their skill level and things. You know, in the United States, we have all these programs for kids, youth programs with the YMCAs and the AAU programs, and then the grade schools and the high school, and there's all these programs for kids to keep playing. You know, we need to get that grassroots thing here and get it going. The coaches today I talked about, they want to do it, okay? The kids, you should have seen them. They're like, yeah, when can we do this again? You know, we want to. So it has to build upon itself. And I think the schools are a great place to start because they have the kids.
Yeah.
Now, a great thing that Bobby and his team are doing with this program is when we're done here at the end of the 3 days, they're donating all the basketballs to all the schools that were involved.
Yes.
So that now these schools don't have to budget for basketballs. They can spend their money on other things maybe in basketball for them, you know. And I tell you what, the embassy program, they had these kids, they got them lunches today, they got them snacks. At the end of the day, each kid got a bag with a jersey, and the jerseys were great, right? So that kind of thing builds on itself. Now you get some excitement going, and the kids want to do it, and they want to keep coming. Let's keep it going.
Momentum and motivation. So at the end of the process, what do you and your team at the U.S. Embassy in Kingston want to be the legacy of a program like this?
Well, I think we just are, just getting started with basketball here. I'd love to bring Coach Mack out many other times, but one of the key things that we haven't touched on yet is that tomorrow we've got older kids.
Right.
Coach Mack isn't just going to be there. We also have other speakers that will be talking to him about conflict resolution and mental health. And so, again, I mentioned basketball is a conduit to other successes you can have in life. Not everyone's going to get to make it to the NBA. Not everyone's going to get to be LeBron James.
Right.
But many of these kids might be able to go to UNC or any of the other 300-plus Division I schools or Division II or Division III schools in the U.S. And so it's really just creating that foundation.
Right. So, Coach Mack, in the time that, is this your first time in Jamaica?
Yes, I was actually in 2015. I came down with an MBA program, but they sent me to BVI, Antigua.
So you didn't come here?
No. They did a program in Jamaica. I was not one of the people that got to come to Jamaica. I did the 3 other islands there. And unfortunately, this is my first time in Jamaica.
Well, so brilliant. What do you think of the Caribbean as a place to play sport and to live?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. Every place I go, it's about the people, right? The people are so warm and welcoming. And again, the kids that came today, they were so excited to be there, right? And tomorrow, I'm so excited to work with some of these older kids tomorrow and get it going with them. And when you see the joy that they play with, right? It doesn't matter if they kick the ball, okay, instead of drill it. Just get them back in and get them going again. And the joy, that's the thing.
What will give you more pride? Guiding someone who you have seen progress from the youth ranks to the NBA, or guiding someone who you've seen progress through life as a better human being for having experienced basketball in your hands as a child? The latter.
The latter. Guiding someone through life and have them become a better person, live a better life.
Yes.
Okay? And understand that, you know, I think the biggest impact you can have in life is what impact you have on others.
Yeah.
Okay? And if you can have a positive impact on one person,
yes,
and then that person turns and has it on, now you grow a tree.
Yes.
Right? And all of a sudden, society's better.
Right. And Bobby, that's why you and your team have structured this camp to not only be about basketball, but about life skills.
Correct.
Absolutely so. Well, gentlemen, thank you for stopping by. I know that there are some high school boys who will be dunking on Bobby tomorrow.
I'm gonna do my best.
Yeah. No, they'll be dunking on you. The cameras over there. We'll see about it. Thank you, gentlemen.
Joe, he has one great skill he can do in basketball. I wish we had a ball with us so we could show him. He can spin that ball.
He can throw the ball.
Oh, my God. He can do it for like an hour.
There you go.
It's unbelievable.
There you go.
He's better than Pete Maravich.
He's a top guy. He's a top man, Robert Bob Mackinnon. So thank you very much, gentlemen. All the best to you. The camp runs through Saturday. And yeah, tomorrow it'll be the turn of the high schoolers, right?
Correct.
Correct. The primary schoolers got their chance today. 80 primary and high schools, and they're being exposed to not just the rudiments of basketball or sport. It's an introduction, another phase of life and how to handle the difficulties that come along. Back with more of the SportsMax soon after these.